Ready to hear about the job then? Like I said, the requests come from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get to asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose any trouble for a venturer as survived the battle in Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you want to have words with Mother Mion, my counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. I'm sorry for my non-existent sailor slang. Dialect, whatever. Mother Mion? Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come and take your... Oh, not here to dine? Dare I hope that you and the adventurer Bud once sent word about? You are? The matron be pleased, be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mion, and the Carlin Canopy is my place. With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell, and let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardon for interrupting, Mion, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? Good morning to you too, Bowlord. That was a Bowlord, okay. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Levin, and I lead the men and women of a God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath a central shard there lies an underground burial site called the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamut, a doomsday cult which sprang up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our own peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the exile at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the 12th, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamut. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? Of course. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Now, this is of course another dungeon, and had you started in Gridania, so as a lancer, archer or conjurer, Mother Mion would have reacted to it, like Badawan had if you had started the Limsa Lominsa. Central Shroud is for these early game areas is a bit mean. Because you have this Dunstan Spire, here's a way upper route to this upper area without a map break, and you came from a level 5 to 10 area here, up the bridge to a level 30 something area. Which I find a bit unfortunate when you are a new player trying to get Get your yeah. Your bearing. That is the group we just met at Balderon's. So we meet again. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Limsa, but this time we will give you better sport, or I'm no true adventurer. Gods, I hate mausoleums. Isn't it right to disturb the dead in their slumber? Think of our goal, sister. One day our adventures will be stuff of songs, and will all be worth it. You deserve clinging oil, take it? Thanks for keeping us out. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the lands of Dalamut. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took the lesser moon, Dalamut, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamut exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. And now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanatism. The Lambs of Dalamut are convinced that heretics, that is to say everyone but them, interrupted with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it is now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and the Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. And our second dungeon. And with that, we are in the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Now, I know this dungeon in and out because this is the one you farm for the relic weapon later. It's pretty much the simplest and well, most easy dungeon. Stadius Sentinel just gives a description of the entire dungeon. Potions. And there's the first stuff guarding an orb. A priest and 2 gravedigger imps. And once a priest is down, the soul counter shows up. I'll just take them both into to the second cultist orb. Tonic's experience thanks to Road to 17. which is the buff you get when you make a character on a preferred server. It doubles every XP gain you get, including the XP gain through other XP bonuses. Like rest time, food, equipment, whatever. Okay, we have a rosary, which is why we need to enter this room, which is basically a key for this sealed barrier door. Here we have well, more Gravediggers and Octave the Unforgiving, which is basically another priest. There's an our soul counter. Who summons me from the void to reside within this crude vessel? You seem surprised. Did you not cross our gates in search of blood? Come hither, children of dawn. The undying master will drink deep tonight. Galvant the Dominator. If you paid attention to the map, which you probably didn't in my run here, but if you play it, there is actually a crypt for Galvant, And yeah, well, this is his corpse possessed by a void scent. And when the inconspicuous imps come, they make him immune to damage. More imps, also other ads. And well, that and maybe his big AoE are more basically the extent of the mechanics this boss has. Nothing too fancy yet. There's that big AoE, I mean the Mind Blast, which I'm stupid enough to let through. But it shouldn't be hard to avoid the Mind Blast. You can stun the boss or simply move out of it. But, well, aside from the paralysis effect, it isn't too terrible. And even that can be healed by your healer. He resisted. And that was the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. As I said, this is not a complicated dungeon in any way. It is, frankly, one of the quickest and straightforward dungeons there are. So, the people who were waiting here in front, having fled out of it, are gone. So, let's return. Welcome back, Desiree. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Spider-One's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Bolot Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. There's Scan, it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish a spell. We shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to hell with this pathetic excuse of a party. I'm leaving. It'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though it must sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Avere's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you like with it, but for God's sake stop carrying it around. Just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone. Please. I'm so sorry, ARR. Please forgive me. Seems like these have become all too common. It makes a dozen half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ulda. She seeks the service of a reliable adventurer, and you're nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. But we won't do that this episode. We will continue that next time. Until then, I am Ace, and don't get lost.